Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, I was discussing about Lambda functions inside Python. And there I told you we can use this Lambda function with the help of higher order function inside Python. And I showed you one example of higher order function. Like what is higher order function exactly? It takes any kinds of function as an input, or it returns any kinds of function, any kinds of input. Okay, if it is doing these kinds of, let's say, things, you can consider this is the higher order function. In that video, I also told you inside Python, we are having some more, let's say, higher order function like map, filter, and reduce. In this particular video, we'll be seeing some example of this particular map, filter, and reduce. Then this part would be more clear. So let's go to our code editor and try to understand this higher order function inside Python. So here you can see, we'll see some example of map, filter, and reduce. So here I listed down some of the example. One by one, we'll try to see. So first of all, let's try to discuss this map higher order function. Okay, how map can be used. So to use the map, there is a function, okay, you can call map. Okay, it is already available inside Python, and this is a higher order function. This function takes an input. Okay, this function takes an input which should be a function object. Okay, which should be a function object. Fine. Previously, the function we used to use, let's say max. Okay, max doesn't takes any kinds of function input. So if I show you, let's say this is my lambda function I'll create. Let's say it will take one number x, and it will return that particular number itself. Okay, and I will store in a variable, let's say a. Now if I execute, see, now if I give the a inside max, it won't be working. It will throw you error. Function object is not iterable. Okay, because max function doesn't support any kinds of let's say function input. Okay, you can't pass any kinds of function input. But if you're using map, okay, if you're using map can take the input. But here you have to pass at least two arguments. Okay, at least two arguments. The second argument, you have to pass one iterable object. Okay, where you have to pass one iterable object. Iterable object means you can use list here. So let's say here I'm having one list. So what I can do, I can take a list. I'm having, let's say, some number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now if I execute, now see, if I give the L as well, okay, if I give the L as well, it will work fine. Okay, and it will return one map object. Okay, it will return one map object to you. So that's why we call this particular map as a higher order function, because it takes input which is also a function. Okay, and it takes another input which is a iterable object. I hope it is clear. Now we'll try to use this particular concept to use this particular map here. Fine. So what I'll do, first of all, let's say I want to square the items of a list. Okay, let's say I'm having list of number. Let's say this is my list of number I'm having. So what I have to do, I want to perform the square operation on top of it. Okay, so for this, what I can do, I can give a lambda function first of all, because it takes the input of a function. So I'll just write lambda x. That means x should be the input from the user, and whatever x actually I'm getting, I'll just do the square operation. Okay, I'll do the square operation. And the second parameter you have to pass, that means the second argument you have to pass, which is nothing but a list. Okay, so this list actually I'm going to pass as it is. Fine. Now if I execute the program, you will see that it will return you one map object. It will return you one map object. And if you want to see the actually results, what you can do, you can again convert this particular map object to a list. Okay, to a list you can convert. And now if I execute, you'll see the number itself. Okay, so this is the idea, and this is the use of this particular map. Okay, map higher order function. So what it is doing, it is just mapping the number in this particular list only. That means it is doing this particular operation. First of all, it is taking the value, doing this operation, and it is mapping here. Again, it is taking this value, doing the operation. Again, it is mapping here. Again, this value, and this value. Okay, so this is the work of this particular map higher order function. I hope it is clear. Now let me delete this particular line. Okay, it's not required. Now let's solve the second actually exercise, odd and even number labeling of a list of item. So let's say you are having this particular list of item. I'll just create a list. Fine. Now let's say what I want to check, I want to check the odd and even number. So I'll just take a map function again, and here first of all I will pass a lambda function. Okay, lambda, user will give one input x, and I'll just check even. Okay, even if x mod of 2 is equal to 0, else it will return odd. And the second argument I have to pass this particular list. Fine. Now it will return me one map object. I need to convert to a list again if I want to see the output. Now if I execute, see, it is returning odd even see, odd, even, and odd. Okay, odd, even, odd, even, and odd. I hope this is clear. Fine. That means what is happening? Again, it is taking the number. It is doing this particular expression, and it is mapping the items here only. You can see it's an odd. That's why this particular odd will map here. Again, this is even. It will map here. So it is using the same list only, and it is mapping the results here. Okay, that is the idea. Now we can also fetch the name from a list of dictionary. Okay, so let's say I'm having a list of dictionary here. So this concept you'll be using in the data science a lot. So let's say here I'm having some user data. You can see it's a list. Inside list, actually I'm having a dictionary. Okay, I'm having couple of dictionary here. Inside dictionary, I'm having the name, age, and gender. Name, age, and gender. Okay, the same things. Now let's say I only want to fetch the name. Okay, I want to only fetch the name. Okay, from this particular list of dictionary. I can use this particular map function. Let me show you. So I can use the map. Okay, I can use the map. Inside that, I'll just write a lambda function, and it will take the input, let's say user. Okay, that means this particular user object, actually it will take the input, and it will just return user. Okay, user name. Okay, name, because it's a dictionary, I can extract this particular key. Okay, name key only. Now here I need to pass this particular user user list. Okay, list object here. Now I will convert this map to a list. So it will return me all the name one by one. Now let's see, you want to extract the age. That time you can give the age here. Okay, you want to you can give the age here. If you want to extract the gender, you can give the gender here. Okay, that's how we can extract the information. Okay, with the help of this particular map function. Okay, I hope this is clear. So now we'll be discussing about the filter higher order function as well. So let's see some example of filter as well. See, filter is an also higher order function, and it filters the, let's say, value. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say here I'm having one list. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's say this is my list. Now let's say here I want to get a numbers greater than 5, or let's say greater than, I can just write 2. I want to get a number. I want to get some number which is greater than 2. So I can use this particular filter. So filter, inside that I will give the lambda function again, and it will take an input of x, and it will only check, okay, x is greater than, okay, 2 or not. If it is true, it will filter, and now I need to give the list as well. Okay, this particular list. So this will return me filter object. You can see it will return me filter object. So I need to convert to a list again. Now if I execute, see, it will give me the number which is greater than 2. I hope you got it. That means it will only filter out. Okay, filter out the number based on your condition. Okay, that's the idea. Now similar wise, I have given another example. Let's say you are having list of the fruits, and you want to only print those fruits. Actually, you want to only extract those fruits which is starting with A. Okay, you can see apple is starting with A. Only apple. Okay, apple is there. So here I've written a condition lambda. User will give an input. Let's say fruits is the input, and what it will apply? It will apply start with let's say method on top of this particular input, because at the end all the items is a string. Okay, and I can use the string method here. I think you remember, and it is checking start with A or not. If it started with, then it will filter out. Okay, now if I execute, you will see apple would be printed. Now let's see the last one, which is nothing but reduce. Okay, so what reduce does? So let me show you. See, reduce actually you can't use directly. So there is no reduce function inside Python. There is no reduce function inside Python. So for this, you have to import one library, okay, called function tool. Func tool. Okay, func tool. This is the library you have to import, and from func tool itself, you have to call this particular reduce function. Okay, inside func tool, you have the reduce function, reduce higher order function. Now inside that, you can give a lambda function, and the operation I want to perform, I want to sum all the element. Okay, I want to sum all the element. Let's say you are having some element. Let's say this is your list. This is your list, and you want to sum all the element here. So you can use this particular lambda expressions, lambda x, and whatever x actually I'm getting, sorry, x and y. I have to give x and y, and I just need to perform x plus y. I'll tell you what is happening here. First of all, let me write, and I'll pass this particular list. Now if I execute, see, it will return me the sum. Okay, sum all the number. Now you can calculate the sum all the number. You'll see you'll get 15. Now how it is working, let me show you. So see, first of all, what it will do, if you have written x and y, first of all, it will take two input. Let's say it will take 1. Okay, it will take 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Now it will perform this particular addition operation. Now what is the addition of 1 and 2? It will become 3. Okay, it will become 3. Now it will take another two value actually. Now it will take 3 and this particular 3. Okay, 3 and this particular 3. So it will become something called 6. Okay, 6. Now it will take this particular 6 and it will take this particular 4. Okay, 4. Now it will become 10. Okay, 10. Now it will take this particular 10 and this particular 5 and you will get something called 15. That's how you are getting this particular number. Okay, that means what reduce is doing, it is reducing this particular iteration. Okay, it is reducing the iteration. It is taking two, actually, let's say number, and it is doing the actually expression. Again, it is taking another number with the same number. Okay, and it is doing this particular expression. Okay, this is called reduce. Okay, this is called reduce. I hope you got it right now. So let me clear the board. Now there is another example we'll see, like we'll find the minimum number from a list. You can see. So here I've written the condition. So lambda user will give a number, actually 2 number, because it reduces all this will accept 2 number. You can see 2 number it will take, and it will check if this particular number, okay, x is greater than y or not. Okay, if yes, it will return the x, otherwise it will return the y. Okay, this is the condition I have written, and this is the list actually I have given. Now if I execute the program, you'll see okay, so it is printing 45. I'm finding the min because here I am to give the less than size. Okay, less than sign. This is my bad case. Now it will return me the 1. Now what is happening, let me show you. So first of all, it will take this 2 number. Okay, it will take this 2 number. It will check this 23. Okay, 23 is less than y is nothing but 11 or not. You can see it's not actually true. Okay, it's not true. It will return you false. That means this particular 23 is not less than 11. Okay, it's not 11. Then what it will again do, it will take this particular 11 and it will take this 45. Then it will check 11. Okay, 11 is less than 45 or not. Yes, it is less than. Okay, so it will take this particular number. Okay, it will take this particular number. Again, it will take another number. Again, it will check whether this particular number is less than or not. That's how it will perform till all the value. And once it got the minimum value, it will print this particular minimum value here. That is the idea. Okay, I hope you've got it. Now let me clear the board. So yes, these are the actually higher order function you can use inside Python. And trust me guys, this particular function will help you a lot going forward whenever you will be, let's say, doing data science, or let's say you are doing data structure and algorithm problem statement and all. This particular function will help you a lot. And this is the concept of higher order functions. Okay, now everything is clear. So yes, this is all about from this particular video. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.